Welcome back. As members are joining in, we will go into the session. So I once again extend a warm welcome to everybody. This lockdown period has been throwing up a lot of challenges. They have invented a new word called new normal. So in this new normal, what is that as parents we all can do is going to be the challenge. And in a lighter vein, I know there is a big group which is planning to celebrate September 5th, the Teachers' Day, as a very grand function because parents have realized what teachers are doing at schools. With one or two kids at home, it is really challenging, and how they are managing with 40 kids and with academic pressure is really a great achievement. So, on the lighter vein, yes, that's what it is. So, is it really that challenging? Yes, but challenges always bring the best in us. So, today's session is all about what a parent can do during this lockdown session. As the invite says, what to do, what not to do, how to do, and how not to do. So, it is a session with combination of information and transformation. Of course, we are open for questions towards the end. So I request you to type them in the chat box so that based on the availability of time, we can pick up questions whatever possible. So I extend a very warm welcome to all of you once again, and over to our beloved Reddy sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir, please.
Dear friends, Namaste. It's my delight and pleasure to meet you after 15 days again. I know for sure during this lockdown period, every parent like you is concerned more about children rather than themselves. Because every parent lives for the children and their welfare. This is the time many are worried that they are wasting their time and getting bored and getting into too much of cell phones or TV or things like that. It is this time we need to do something. I'm very sure after this session, you would feel very, very, very glad that this lockdown period is a turning point to your children in a positive way. Let us see how it is. Before I get into that, I need to address you first, isn't it, friends? We professionals, whatever be our profession, whatever be our efficiency or inefficiency, our efforts will not be in tune with the result. In other words, the result will not be as much as the efforts that you put in. Nobody can assure. One may be working day and night, but still his results may not be very exciting. There may be another person who hardly works, but he may get more than expected results. This can happen in any profession. That is the reason why in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna said, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Perhaps this is the reason why you would have said, you do your duty, leave the result to divinity. Because our work is only to do the work. How much result it works for is not in our hands. You agree? But even this karmanye vadikaraste does not apply or is not applicable to one profession. There is one and only one profession, to my knowledge, which does not apply to this condition. In other words, as much as you put in efforts, to that extent results come. Is it not exciting, friends? It's really exciting. That is the profession of students. If a student works for more time, obviously he gets more knowledge. Any student who spends less time is expected to get accordingly less knowledge. That is to say that Abhyasanusari Vidya. The extent of knowledge we get depends on to what extent we pursue it. So in tune with our efforts, results come only in the profession of students. But of course, there is a rider. That rider is how he pursues with skills or unskilled way. What he can read in 1 hour, if he knows skills, he can finish it off in less than half an hour. So his efforts will yield much more results than otherwise. So friends, students are the exceptional profession where they don't have to worry about this karmanye vadikaraste or purajanma punyam or papam pavam or whatever it is. Absolutely, as they work, they get the result. And this is the golden period for the students to acquire those skills. Syllabus anyway, schools, colleges, universities teach. That is there. But they are struggling. How they are struggling, I will share with you one uncomfortable information. UNESCO has done a survey, international survey. They took 188 countries, and when they surveyed educational standards, they gave to India 112th rank. What a shame, because India has got highest number of educational institutions in the world. We are not having even one institution in the top 100 means why? You know the reason, friends. In India, there is no emphasis on skills, educational skills. That is, when to study, where to study, how not to study. Several scientific aspects have to be taught. In Western countries, especially in universities, there are departments of scientific learning skills. But here, even at the university level, IITs, IIMs, there is no way that you can think of these skills. Simply give syllabus. It is your headache to understand and then reproduce. That is why many students resort to mugging. And naturally, the quality suffers. So, when should they get these skills? It is this time. Next 2 months, you may not be under lockdown. Except people like me who are in Chennai, we are in total lockdown. But in many places, lockdown has been more or less lifted. And you started working either from home or going to the office. But your children will definitely have lockdown, whether school, college, or university students. Till September, people say schools, colleges are not going to be reopened. I was talking to many Max friends from abroad, many countries. All of them felt that there is no way that schools, colleges can be reopened before September. Some people even guess it may be even delayed further. Whatever it is, we have more than 2 months' time definitely for these children to equip themselves with the skills. And not only skills, there are so many salient aspects that they can think of. Now, I would like to tell you one thing. These skills, before we ask them to acquire, they need to allot some time. In other words, they have to sacrifice their play time or fun time and some other time. And are they willing? The complaint from most of you is, sir, they are not listening. They give a deaf ear to us. This way and this way, it comes out. But how do we approach? Let us see how you can approach. as a person who had the opportunity to counsel thousands of people who are even totally confused, disinterested, uninterested in studies and developmental activities, becoming completely rather topsy-turvy and getting into achieving something. I have seen many people. How do we approach? Two things I address in this session. Number one, sir, how to motivate them? That is our problem. You please help us. Second one, how to motivate them not to waste time watching TV. These two things, if you take care, the rest we can go ahead, we may say. Let me deal with these two things. The first one is motivate. Well, friends, I would like you to start with an informal chat with your children. How? Before you start, never ever give an impression to them that you have a hidden agenda. Then they become rigid. They will not open up. Let it be very informal chat as if you are talking this and that. And then ask or tell. See, I have been observing you people are really struggling, unable to get sufficient time to play and enjoy, have fun time. As students, we had more fun time, but you are not able to have it. Don't you feel, or did you not feel any time that you are a real loser by missing this valuable time to play and enjoy? You ask. When you ask like that, every child with no exception will jump with joy to answer, absolutely, daddy or mummy. This is what is our complaint. We are not able to have enough time to enjoy. Then you tell, I have the solution. They will definitely be curious. Then they ask, what is that? You tell. See, if you study something, you read a book, your syllabus book. Let me say it takes one day to read a particular number of pages. If you are able to read that subject, that content within half the time, would it not be exciting to you? Anybody will say, yes, of course. Then that half the time you can play and enjoy. And how can I read within half the time? This is possible when you acquire some special skills. Then they will ask, what are they? Like, one valuable skill is super memory. Because you read and read and read and read and tend to forget, more so while writing examinations. But if you take care of that, you will not have that difficulty. If you equip yourself with memory skills, you will definitely be able to do well. So they will get interested in memory skills. Then you get into some memory books available in the market or in the net or anything. Of course, I had the wonderful opportunity to write India's first. 1 minute. India's first ever workbook on super memory I happen to bring out. Some of you must be knowing. And also one good news, many of you know, world's first permanent memory book. It is a book on permanent memory. And this is not India's first book, world's first book after several years of research we brought out. And that book can be had. These 2 months, they can go through that and then equip themselves to be excellent. They can save time by 6 times. Or if they are not able to get through some net reference, some book on memory skills or in a nearby bookshop. So everyone should spend time on equipping themselves with memory skills. But you may ask me, sir, can you give us one technique? We don't have a book. We don't have any source to go and buy right now. It's locked down in our area. Is there any technique which can help us, help our children to improve their memory? Excellently. Yes, I will give you, friends. Even if one is uneducated, whether parent or child, anybody, irrespective of age, the technique that I am going to give you now will improve memory excellently in a month's time. This is called natural memory technique. I will tell you what it is. Friends, there is a roof. Let me say it is 12 feet height roof. You want to touch it. None of us can touch it. But if you want to touch, you need to have a ladder or a table. You climb up and then touch it. Suppose there is a person who is 10 feet tall and stretch himself and then touch. Suppose I give you a mechanism to grow as tall as 10 feet, then you don't need a ladder or a table, is it not? That is a natural way you can touch the roof. In other words, there are two ways to improve memory. One is naturally having memory. Second is through some techniques. Now I am going to give a technique which improves your memory without any techniques. That is natural memory technique brought out by Max. What it is, let us see. It starts from morning to night. Early morning, when you wake up from bed, just allot time what you need to allot until you have your breakfast. Friends, it may take a couple of hours or whatever it is before you have your breakfast after completing all activities. Then sit for 2 minutes. Recall what all you have done after getting up from bed until taking breakfast for 2 minutes in the same chronological order. That is very, very important. Chronological order is very important. That is sequential order. You should not change the order. In other words, after getting up from bed until you take your breakfast, what all you have done in the same order, you have to recall for 2 minutes and then go ahead with your work until lunchtime. You have your lunch, then sit for 2 minutes, then recall all the activities you have done after breakfast to lunchtime in the same order. Repeat it in the evening time after snacks. Recall between lunch and evening snacks. And finally, evening snacks to dinner time. Whatever you have done, after taking dinner, spend for 2 minutes to recall. In other words, you are doing 4 times a day. After breakfast, after lunch, after evening snacks, and after dinner. Every time for 2 minutes. That means totally 8 minutes you are spending in recalling in chronological order. Then finally at bedtime, you need to spend 5 to 10 minutes before you go to bed and recall what all you have done the whole day from bed to bed for 5 to 10 minutes in the same chronological order, sequential order. I know for sure in the first week, you will find it very difficult to recall everything at bedtime. Second week, there will be improvement. Third week, tremendous improvement. Within 4 weeks, you will be able to recall everything threadbare, including what the student studies also. So it is useful to you, for your children, and for everybody. Do it for a month and see your memory level. Fantastic improvement will be. This is one thing. Another skill, very crucial, is handwriting. Everyone should improve handwriting. Sir, how do I motivate my child? See, you write an examination. For that question you answered, that answer you expect it to get 50, 60 marks. or 70, 80 marks. Who will say 50, 60 marks? Everybody will say, I want to get a maximum marks. You will get maximum marks only if your handwriting is beautiful. There is a saying, fate writing and handwriting cannot be changed, is it not? People say often, but I had the privilege of rather breaking that. Changing anybody's handwriting in less than 10 minutes and setting a Limca record, the one and only record till date. It is just possible. Anyone can change handwriting just like that. So a number of skills are available, and these skills your children have to equip themselves. Apart from skills, edu skills, life skills are there. And apart from these life skills, very, very valuable things which I come to it while talking, how to be imparted to your children during this lockdown period. So friends, let me take you to the details of one after one. First, let us see the skills. The edu skills, which I was talking to you. And these edu skills, I just talked about memory, handwriting, and I will now talk about scientific study skills. You all know I have left my chemistry to get into this human chemistry of scientific study skills way back in 1993, because in India, this field is not covered anywhere. Scientific study skills or learning skills are very, very pivotal for educational excellence. When to study, where to study, how long to study, and direction of sitting, lighting arrangement, everything has to be known, and these things can be acquired. Speak to peak. Communication is the shortcut to distinction, is this proverb. Very rightly. Whatever be our excellence in subject, if we are not communicable, definitely we will not reach heights. So one should be good in public speaking. This is the time that they can be guided. You give some extempore topics. Before that, you can give some prepared topics. Give trivial topics. Let him speak on, say, water, on rose flower, or pollution, or say education, or let me say anything connected to them like the cell phone. Speak for 1 minute, you ask them, after giving time to prepare. Later, extempore, that is no time to prepare. They should speak without preparation. And this can be nurtured. Even if you are not good at speaking, suppose you are not good speaker, then what do I do, sir? Yes, I was just telling you some time back, I covered one thing of how to motivate children to spend time on skills. And I said, I also tell about TV. Now I'll come to this. Speak to peak is the time you ask them to allot instead of TV. Don't tell straight away like that. You know what you have to say? You have to tell, see, you want to be outstanding in your future or so-so, you ask. Nobody will say, I want to be so-so. If you want to be outstanding, you need to use your both sides of the brain, left brain, right brain. Right brain is for creativity and left brain is for analysis and logic. If you keep watching TV for long, scientifically it has been proven that our right brain gets passive. Once it becomes passive, we will not be able to be original. A person who uses only left brain may just get some profession, some job, something he may do, and he may just leave the world. But a person who uses right brain is a real achiever in his profession. When you tell them like that, he will really be interested. But even if you want to be an achiever, even if you are capable of achieving that, people should know that you are an achiever, you have achieved it. That is possible only by ability to public speaking. That is where speak to peak, you can impress upon them to practice. Debating is to talk about a topic and contradict that. For example, give a topic which is more important, money or harmony. Let them take money and then debate it pro. Then let them talk against money. Let them talk pro harmony. Again, come back to support money and then oppose harmony. Each time he has to contradict his own statements with his ability to communicate. That is debating skill. Next one, speed maths. Speed maths are very well known. It is useful. You should not depend on calculators, and speed mathematics would be definitely useful skill. But don't mistake that with abacus. You know very well, no mathematical scientist recommends abacus to be given to children. Abacus affects mathematical skill. Initially, it helps you addition, subtraction, multiplication, maybe for arithmetics. Mathematics is not all about arithmetics only. For other areas like calculus, real analysis, trigonometry, and all these things, it will not. Abacus is with the right brain and mathematics is with the left brain. You should use left brain for maths. So it is not abacus, other methods. You can also go for spoken English. I will talk about it a little later. Spoken English, yes, it's very unfortunate. Many people are not able to speak comfortably in spite of spending several years in English medium schools or colleges. Computer basics, that anyway, people will be interested to get into that. And brain teasers. This is the area where when I was a student, we used to be very good at. And I still remember one of my brothers who is just in the group right now watching, used to come every day with a brain teaser and we used to enjoy it, the posing brain teasers each other. And that used to be the days, those days. But today, hardly you see people interested in brain teasers. It will develop your brain power, IQ power. And there are books available. And unfortunately, training for brain teasers are not available till recently. And you know for sure, I had the opportunity to write a book on Storm Your Brain. And that is the one and only book which trains people how to rather train brain teasers and become good at it. Even otherwise, one can train himself if he is not able to get hold of such books. Quiz programs are too familiarly known. And now we'll go to the life skills. Life skills, I don't have to spend much time except enlisting them. Music, dance, drawing, painting, calligraphy. Calligraphy need not be taken very seriously in place of handwriting. Many schools are doing blunder. Calligraphy is only for art, writing headings and then stylish writing. And that is also useful, but not to write examinations. Typing, yes, many do not know computer typing because they don't know typewriting. And collaging, yes, making designs, various things with color papers. Girls more so do this. Designing, clay and dough idols making, and also wax carving. It's very interesting skill. All these things improve one common parameter, that is your concentration power. Yes. I will now take you to the next thing. Indian culture and tradition. Friends, Indian culture and tradition is something which I want you to pay attention on. What it is, whether you are a Hindu, Christian, or Muslim, immaterial. We are all Indians. All of us have same background, same DNA, and we all have same history. Therefore, friends, everyone must realize that we must know our background. This is not done by everybody. For example, Hindus want to know about our epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, say Bhagavatam, and things like that, other Puranas. I would suggest every Indian should know. These are our ancient traditions, ancient, rather treasures, irrespective of religion. In the same way, you can also learn other things. For example, I am a Hindu. What is wrong in my knowing about Christian practices? Like Bible. Bible is wonderful. Let me quote one or two things. Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. You should love others as much as you love yourself. Can there be a better message? There is another thing from Buddhism. What is it? The greatest revenge that you can take on your enemy, the greatest revenge that you can take on your enemy is not to behave like him. Wow, what a message. Every religion has got wonderful messages, but our ancient religion is one thing. Now you may be a different religion, doesn't matter. Our traditions, our ancestors, all our rishis were all common to us, and we all came through them only. So get to know about your country, your history, and that will make you very, very strong, very confident of yourself. Then let me take you to another slide. And this slide is self-help activities. Yoga, health, meditation. 15 days back, I was giving another webinar on meditation. Many of you must have attended. Exercises, herbal tidbits, that is, home remedies through books and internet, but all kinds of tall claims, internet, YouTube references I am not referring to. This must be very authentic and reliable source. Only then you rather browse them. And of course, family interactions. All of them are excellent, but the last one is practice. You practice as parent and invite your child to participate in that. Yes. For ethical values, I would say ethical values, we can get to know about them through stories and episodes. But you have to impart to them. Getting to know is of not great use. It is like a donkey carrying Upanishads is not expected to carry Upanishads, rather have Upanishads knowledge. Is it not, friends? So a student knowing what is good, what is bad, but not following is a waste. I would say there is a plastic flower. It doesn't carry any fragrance. You spray perfume, it will carry that perfume, emanates that perfume for a few hours, maybe 1 or 2 days. But thereafter, back to square one, it doesn't have any fragrance because it is only carrying that fragrance. It is a waste to do that. But if you take a real flower, a rose flower, it will not just carry, it will possess that fragrance. Even after you pluck it and have it for several hours, it continues to emanate that fragrance. It's because it is possessing until it is existing. So a student should have, why student, you and I also should carry virtues permanently. In other words, we must possess them, not temporarily carry with mere knowledge. So this is what I mean. This can be done to people, small children if you have less than 10 years or 12 years. Do these stories and episodes narration when they are half asleep. half asleep means, you will be interested to know, friends. There is a lot of research done, including me. That is, when anybody is half asleep, they are in what is called theta state, drowsy state. In this state, the subconscious mind does not refuse to accept things because it becomes lazy at that time. It accepts the rather instructions. At that time, acceptance level is very high and they take into subconscious. That is why, while they are half asleep, our elders asked mothers to sing lullabies. More so, small children, they are put in the swing and they sing some lullabies. Lullabies are with very wonderful messages. You are wonderful, you are beautiful, your country is great, and your people are magnificent. Like that, it goes. And that will get into the subconscious. Now, if children are grown up, maybe teenagers, it may not work. And for them, you can ask them to read, you can just discuss, and that will be the right way. Next, we'll go to the another interesting slide. Playing fun games and documentaries, watching TV, chatting with family, fun time, and general. Sir, you only said just before TV should be avoided. I never said TV should be avoided. TV should be reduced. In fact, I'm always against if anybody says that don't use gadgets. You are denying technology. We should know how to use it with discretion. That's the only thing. TV is a wonderful tool taking us around the world, keeping us in our own bedroom and our drawing room. So they can watch TV but not watch nonsense. Sorry to say, many serials, many news items, morning to night these days, COVID news, better avoid. Get to know what is happening, that's enough. 10-15 minutes enough. And so much of useless political news. You should know what is happening in the country, good things. There are hardly any people know about what is happening in Ladakh. I'm not making allegation, but majority of the people, but they know about what film stars do, what X does, Y does, unnecessary things, politicians. That kind of news is a waste to watch in TV. Watch things, documentaries. It is not about a Discovery Channel, but documentaries which tell us about our tradition, our history, our ancient things, sculptures. It will educate us. It will take a lifetime for us to go and see every place. And chatting with family in an informal way, have fun time, and general aspects like that. Friends, I would like to share with you these things I shared with you. No? Now I would like to give you a routine, daily routine. Then explain how we shall go about it. To briefly sum up what we have done, I told it's a golden period for you to nurture your children. And before you nurture your children, you also be familiar with skills, because all these skills are helpful to you also in a way in your profession. May not be handwriting, things like that, but all other skills are useful to everyone. The next thing, life skills also will improve one thing in common: concentration. Everyone, every life skill, whoever is in it, will improve concentration tremendously. Once you are able to improve concentration in one thing, then you will be able to mold yourself towards focusing into studies also. You can tell the children, or they will be able to do that. Then other aspects about our ancient things and traditions and culture and fun time. Now let me show you a schedule. Two types. One is for children up to 12 years. I am giving 8 hours. You may wonder, sir, 24 hours, why only 8 hours? Even these 8 hours, if they do it, it's enough. But there is a problem for many children, school children. They are having online classes, daytime, at least 3, 4 hours. So they may not be totally free, but 8 hours everybody is free. So playing time 2 hours I have given. Please just observe. Playing time 2 hours, family time including TV 2 hours, and reading time. This is very, very, very important. Not reading useless things and nonsensical things. Reading which are useful to his development or her development. 2 hours. And then time for self-development, which the skills which I enlisted, edu skills, life skills, including handwriting. I would recommend handwriting can be practiced on alternate days for 2 hours. It totals 8 hours. So now friends, playing time, family time, reading time, and self-development skills time all in together are 8 hours. And your family time where you are participating is 2 hours. Remember this. We'll go to the next thing. Children are above 12 years. For them, it is this. Playing and yoga. Let children about 12 years start yoga. Even before that can be done if you are able to do it, at least after 12 years. Family time interactions, including TV and miscellaneous, 2 hours. Reading, 2 hours. Life skills and edu skills, including handwriting practice on alternate days, 2 hours. Totally 8 hours. So even here, your involvement is family time interactions 2 hours. In other words, we are going to talk about 2 hours right now. Each day we need to spend 2 hours, is it not? Family time 2 hours, allot a topic a day. One topic per day you allot. I'll show you how it is. Each day one topic, you have a choice. Like an example I'll give. Basics day. That is one day totally allot for basics. Totally means the 2 hours. Stories and episodes day. What is the difference between stories and episodes? You know very well. Stories are, they are created ones. Episodes are really happened things. Epics day. One day for epics. Now Mahabharata, Ramayana are being telecast. I want everyone to watch it. Watch them. Irrespective of your religion, you will evolve definitely. We will know what to do and what not to do. This is a wonderful way that we can spend time and get equipped more than even reading. Culture, traditions, and values day, one day. Relationships day. This day, yes, is general things. So many relatives you have, friends you have, and even neighbors, opposite house, this side, that side house. Hardly we know each other. Children also continue like that. So we shall get to know about each other. Self-help day, which I was talking about yoga, meditation, and other things. And finally, fun time day. So 7 days you can allot 7 topics and you can go ahead to do one after one. Now friends, let me talk about the basics day. When it comes to basics day, I would like to share with you very, very valuable aspect. Friends, is it possible to improve basics within 2 months? Absolutely possible. I have helped many people even 1 month. Suppose your child is in 10th standard or going to 10th standard. An example. That child is weak at mathematics. Very weak. Is it possible to become very good at maths? Absolutely possible, friends. How? You just get the child first, third standard or fourth standard mathematics books. Sir, what is that? The child himself or herself will refuse to take. Doesn't matter. You tell. You also go through. There is nothing wrong in going through basics. There are many interesting ways to learn basics will also be learned by us, even at this age. So they will take hardly a day to complete third standard, fourth standard, another day. Fifth standard, maybe 2-3 days. Sixth standard onwards, each standard, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Like that, if they come to 8th, 9th standard, 1 or 2 months, more than enough. This basics, weakness in basics makes them weak in the whole subject. For example, if I just ask the children, 1 plus 1, they said 2, 2 plus 24, 24 plus 35, 35 plus 72, 73 minus 34. If you keep asking like this, they should be able to tell very fast. These things you can just help them. I will take you to the another aspect in English. You see here, friends, English basics improvement. Subjects, fine. Not only mathematics, other subjects also. Same way they can improve. Languages, English are their own mother tongue. They should improve grammar and they should improve their pronunciation. These two are familiar things. I am not going to talk about that. But two more things you concentrate. Pre-say writing, that is writing skills, pre-say writing and comprehension. What it is, I'll just share with you briefly. Pre-say writing, that is short writing. Suppose there is a message. There is a young lady who married a young man, but after a few days, they had difference of opinion and consequently got divorced. Now she lives alone. This is the message. You have to tell it very briefly in one sentence. See, there is a young divorcee who is living alone. This is pre-say writing. Everything is gelled into one sentence. That needs language ability. We'll go to the another skill, just opposite of that. Comprehension. If it is given in a short way, you should elaborate that. See an example. The unruly class found that the teacher was hard nut to crack. The unruly class found that the teacher was a hard nut to crack. It was simply tamed by him. This message, you just elaborate through your comprehension. See how it is. In a class, the students used to create frequent disturbances with notorious misbehavior and cause real headache to every teacher. But there was an exception with one particular teacher. Whenever he took class, no student could wag his tail. He used to have full control over them. As a result, they had no other go but to keep quiet. This is comprehension. Now I'll take you to this which I mentioned before. Please pay attention. Wonderful thing. You don't feel like not doing yoga even one day if you start doing it. With personal experience, I am telling you. A lot about half an hour to 45 minutes every day. And playtime, yes, you know, play with children with their age. That's what I say. You don't become parents, you become children while playing. And self-development, which through stories, episodes, film clippings, some interesting things also happen. Articles, books, synopsis, interactions. And these are the things that I wanted to share with you, friends. Before I conclude, I would like to share with you one thing. Please remember one important aspect, that is, don't just advocate, demonstrate. Any advocacy does not work. You do it, then it will work. So friends, if you start doing it, you will definitely see your children also following it. And one thing which I would like to conclude with is this aspect of patriotism. Any max talk, any max training, it does not end without patriotism. What is patriotism? It is not just shouting slogans of Bharat Mata Ki Jai. It is to get to know about what is happening to our country. For instance, what China is doing to us right now. It is unfortunate. So we shall boycott Chinese products. I was talking to you in the earlier seminars through Zoom. Now I decided not to use that. Now we are having a Joho, our Indian thing. And wherever possible, just avoid. There is a lot of trade deficiency. Deficit of trade is too much with us. What we buy from them is too much from what they buy from us. Therefore, just teach them a lesson, or at least learn to be self-reliant. This is one thing. And what to be social responsible, not to harm others. If possible, help others. These days, keeping social distance is the greatest service you are doing it with a mask and things like that. Somebody was telling social distance doesn't mean that you have to avoid people. Distance socializing is possible. I repeat, social distance does not prevent distant socializing. What a great way. That is patriotism. So friends, I'm delighted to be with you and share these thoughts. Please implement them. They're all very simple looking, but when you implement, you will get definite results. Now the forum is open for questions and answers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful insights.
My pleasure, Venkat.
Yeah, I'm sure parents will really feel excited.
Yes,
I would like to ask a question on behalf of many parents. I'm sure most of them must be having this. When two kids are there, it is when two kids are there at home, there is a joke that the parents become referee, like a football match. When two kids are at home, it's very difficult to maintain that balance. So can you suggest more so during lockdown period?
Yes, definitely. In fact, it's a very common problem for two children. Generally, by and large, small child or younger child is given a little more attention if they're very small. It's because they need that. But if both of them are little grown up, let me say first child is a teenager, second child is about 10-year-old, then how to handle? I will tell friends, you take the elder child out separately, talk to the elder child. See, you are my blood. You are my representative. And you have one fellow representative, your brother or sister. You will not be living together all the time. We don't know. Because even if you want to live together, if you are not working or doing your profession in the same place, it is not possible to live together. Thereafter, even if you want to mingle with your brother or sister, it is just not possible. In fact, it is very easy to handling sister. See, after all, she is going to get married and go away. Thereafter, you will have her only as a guest. So shower your love to her right now. This is a golden opportunity for you to do that. If it is girl, you tell the other way. See, until you get married only, you will be here with your brother. And thereafter, he will be a guest to you. So is it not the golden period, a right time for you to give maximum love and share with him? Now, if both are boys or both are girls, okay, both are girls also the same way. After marriage, they get separated. If both are boys and you tell them, see, it is you who have to support him because I support you. We parents support you. You are half parent to the younger brother or sister. We are parents to you. We guide you. The same way you should guide your younger brother or sister. They immediately say, oh, this fellow doesn't care for me. He doesn't listen to me. Don't worry, we will take care. He may not listen to you for a few days, maybe a week or two. Thereafter, we guarantee he will listen to you. First 10-15 days, you excuse him. You give him priority. Let him take the advantage because he is, after all, a younger fellow. He is immature. If he is in dilemma, then you ask one thing. Suppose I ask you one thing. The boy is, let me say, is in 8th standard. When you are in, say, 5th standard, whether you are more matured, more knowledgeable, understanding at 5th standard or now. Anybody would say, now at this age, I am more matured. Why? Because in 5th standard, you are less matured as compared to 8th standard. Is it not? Now, if you go to 12th standard, now what you are is immature. You agree? Because you will be more matured at 12th standard. It's because when you are small, you are less mature. In the same way, your younger brother or sister is less mature because age is small. You understand, my child. You can tell like that. This is the way you handle the elder child. Younger child, the strategy should be just the same but using the age card. After all, you are a young child, you need guidance. We are parents, he is half parent to you. And after all, he is your elder brother, he will protect you. Even after us, you have somebody to protect you. So you should respect. You value his words. Then he will start thinking about it. But don't expect things happen the same day. In fact, there is resistance syndrome. Even if the children want to change, they don't show the change immediately. They will act as though they have not changed for a few days. Slowly they show the change. That is why I always tell demonstrate. For example, children are not leaving their footwear in front of the house. You just start leaving the footwear in orderly way. They observe it. They slowly it gets into their subconscious. They don't change the next day. Day after day after day, it gets deeper into their subconscious. It bothers them, and next day after a week or so, they also change for good. This can be an approach. I know it is. I'm sorry, parents are there. I'm sorry to make this statement because as a parent who has handled children, I'm telling absolute blame is on parents. If the two children are not mingling with each other, it is the parents who have to be blamed for, not anybody. So you change your approach, then do that. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. The next question is how to engage children.
Who is asking? Who is asking?
Sir, it's me who is pulling out the questions.
Okay. No, if you tell the person's name also, I will be glad.
There is one, Mr. Mohan, he has asked how to keep very small kids like less than 3 years engaged.
Less than 3 years engaged. Shall I tell?
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Mr. Venkat, you know, because we two are fellow trainers. And if you ask me how to keep them engaged, let them play morning to night and get tired and then sleep. This is the best way to engage the children of small age. Let us not dump with our knowledge and excellence and education at that is too early stage. Let them be narrated stories. Let them have fun time. Let them play. There is a lot of time for them to learn all the things. But don't make them sit in front of TV and then waste time. But they can see Cartoon Network. As a researcher, I would not oppose Cartoon Networks being seen by children. Not too much time. If it is mobile phone, it will affect eyes because the screen is small. If it is a laptop, from distance they can watch, or from TV they can watch. Maybe 1 or 2 hours, doesn't matter. Other times they can play and enjoy. Let them jump and thump.